Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're making the best chicken stew ever. This recipe, I don't used to brag, I don't used to pride, I don't used to carry shoulder. But you see this recipe, if you ever find anything that is like this, tag me as if I don't refund you the data you used to watch this video. Anyways, please subscribe to my channel. We're almost at 200k. So let's begin. So for this recipe, I will be using hard chicken, and here I've got a mix of the leg and the thigh. You can also use soft chicken if you prefer, but I don't like to use soft chicken for Nigerian stew, but it's up to you if you want to use that. You can also use whole chicken that's been cut into parts. And for season, I will be using some ginger paste, garlic paste, some bouillon cubes, chopped onions, and I will also be using some fresh curry leaves, curry powder, salt, fresh thyme, and I love to add just one scotch bonnet pepper, and that's for a bit of heat. I won't be adding water at this time because I need the meat to sweat out the raw moisture, so I'm just going to stir this and combine thoroughly, and then cover and leave to simmer for about 20 minutes. But do remember to check every now and then so it doesn't burn. So it's been 20 minutes and I'm just going to check on the meat, and as you can see, there is more moisture in the pan than before, which is really good. And I'm going to add enough water to cover. Please do not add too much water because you need your broth to be very concentrated, because we're going to be using it in the recipe. So I'm going to add just about I think about 2 cups of water, cover, and then leave this to cook until soft. So it's been 40 minutes and it's time to check on the chicken, and as you can see, it is fully cooked. Well, for me anyways, I don't like my chicken too soft. I just prefer it, with a bit of restraint. And as you can see as well, my broth is quite concentrated, quite oily, but that's expected because it's chicken. So at this time, you can choose if you want to grill or air fry or fry your chicken. I will be frying mine. I don't like to grill hot chicken because it's already a bit too hard anyways, and then grilling is going to make it too dry, and air frying is definitely a no-no for me with hot chicken. But I will be frying mine in a minute. So for this recipe, I will be roasting my peppers, and I'm just going to run through them quickly. I have got 1 head of garlic, and this is the bomb. Honestly, roasted garlic in Niger stew is all that and so much more. I've also got some chili peppers, that's shumbo. I've got only 3 tatashi, and only 3 rodo, and that's because they're quite hot in this part. So I will be using some chili instead. And I've also got onions, and I've got tomatoes, and I am going to chop them up, and I'll be back in a minute. So I'm done chopping the peppers, and with the garlic, I've just chopped up a bit of the head, if that makes any sense. English is hard this morning, Jari. Anyway, I'm going to add a bit of oil to the garlic, and that's just so it doesn't get too charred. I don't want it to burn as well. So just going to add a bit of oil to that, and then I'm going to transfer the tray into my oven. This will be roasted at 180 degrees for about 40 minutes. And after 40 minutes, this is what my peppers look like. Absolutely beautiful. They are already cooked at this time. One thing I like about roasted peppers is it takes away the hassle of you having to add water to your pepper blend, and that means that you won't have to fry for too long as well. And it also gives it this smoky patty taste kind of flavor. It is absolutely gorgeous. Honestly, you should really try it, especially the roasted garlic as well with it. So I'm going to blend this in a minute. And at this time, I will begin to add the peppers and all the stuffs into my blender. And with the garlic, you don't need to start peeling the layers and all of that. No, you don't need that. Just press it into the blender, and all of the garlic is going to come up. So that's it done. And I'm just going to cover and blend this until smooth. And after blending, this is what it looks like. As you can see, it looks pretty much like cooked stew, which it is anyway, you know, more like parboiled, but with a hint of smokiness. One tip I can offer you at this point is if you need to do this recipe, I think you should do a really big batch and then just store away in your freezer. So anytime you need to make your stew, you know, just bring it out and then fry. This is going to save you a lot on electricity, so you don't have to keep roasting every now and then. You're welcome. So now it's time to fry the chicken. So here I've got a pan of vegetable oil on medium heat, and once that heats up, I will go in with some chopped onion, garlic, thyme, and 1 Scotch bonnet for heat again, and then I will begin to add my chicken. So the reason for adding the garlic and the thyme and all of that is just to flavor the oil, because we will be using the same oil to fry the stew later, so it's more like building flavors at this point. And we will leave this to fry until a bit brown. So for full disclosure, I don't like to fry hard chicken at all. I don't even like to do anything. I just like to boil it and just eat. This chicken is sufferhead already. By the time you start frying and grilling it and everything, it's just going to end up way too dry. And then eating it as well, just, I don't know. By the time you get to that end bit, it's just very hard for you to get the, you know, the meats from the skin. I don't know if I'm making any sense anyways, but anyways, I just like to fry it just until it's a bit brown on the outside but still very juicy on the inside. So this is going to take me roughly, say, I think about 8 to 10 minutes, and that's it. So someone did ask in one of my recipes what to do with the onions and the garlic from the oil. What you can do is you can blend it with your peppers. I couldn't do that anyways because I had already blended my peppers before now, but that's something you can do, or you can just discard. So now that the chicken is all fried, I have decanted some of the oil. I think I've got roughly about 2 cups left in here, and I'm just going to take out all the bits and bobs from the oil. And once that is done, I will turn the heat back up to medium. And once that heats up, I will go in with some chopped onions. And this will be fried for about 2 minutes or until a bit translucent. And then I will go in with some curry leaves. And in case you're wondering why I'm using both curry leaves and then curry powder as well, well, they're 2 different things. Well, same thing, but different things. I'm not making any sense today, just pardon me. Curry leaves is curry leaves, but curry powder has got some more spices in it, like coriander and turmeric. So they're basically 2 different things, but the same thing. I know I'm confusing you, sorry. Anyways, after frying that for about 2 minutes, I'm going to go in with my blended pepper mix. And after combining thoroughly, I will go in with my salt and bouillon cubes. I won't be using any other spices for this, and that's because I already used curry powder for the chicken and I also used thyme in the oil. So this is fine for me, and I'm just going to cover this and leave to fry for about 40 minutes. But do check every now and then so it doesn't burn. You will need to keep stirring, otherwise it's going to stick to your pot. Unless you're using non-stick, but then we still don't want it to burn. So it's been 40 minutes, and as you can see, the oil has settled onto the top, and that's to let you know that it is well fried at this point. And as you can see as well, it is really thick, and that's because we haven't added water at all throughout. So we will be adding some of the chicken stock, or sorry, chicken broth. Well, if you're wondering what the difference is, chicken broth is made out of meats while the stock is made out of bony parts. So that's just the difference. And I will be adding roughly about 2 cups of chicken broth. Now, the amount of chicken broth you add is going to depend on the consistency that you prefer. I don't like my stews too fluid. I like it a bit thick, and that's because I usually just store it away in my freezer for months sometimes. So anytime I need it, I can just bring it out and then add some more water to it. So I don't like it too runny. But like I said, it will depend on what you want. And after that, I'm just going to cover and then leave this to fry again for another, say, 10 minutes, just until it's fully combined. And after that, this is what it looks like. As you can see, it's oilier than before, and that's because of the oil from the chicken broth as well. So I will be decanting some of that. And after decanting, I will go in with my fried chicken, stir to combine, and then leave this to simmer for about 10 minutes. So one tip I should share at this point is if you're making Nigerian stews or if you're frying stews, try not to cover with a lid. Even if it's vented, do not cover with a lid all the way through. You can do halfway, or just invest in the splatter guard. They're quite cheap anyways. And that's because if you cover it, the entire way, the steam from the top of the pot is just going to end up dropping back into the stew, and it just won't dry fry as much as you want it to, and it won't taste as nice. Just a tip I thought I'd share. So it's been 10 minutes, and as you can see, it is well cooked. It looks absolutely beautiful and tastes exactly like buka or party stew. Absolutely beautiful, and it goes well with whatever you want to eat it with, even bread self. Just enjoy anyways. So if you do try this recipe, let me know how you get on by leaving me a comment in the comment section, and also do not forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video as well. So this is the oil I decanted from the recipe, and this will be used for noodles, for eggs, or even another stew recipe. It keeps for long, so that's fine. And that's the end today, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thanks for watching, and yay, we're almost at 200k. Thank you.